Hey, you guys, it's a beautiful, not so sunny day, and I'm on my way to the Richmond Reptile Expo. I'm going to be asking every vendor, what is your favorite animal on your table? So, this is a super cool venue. It's actually at the Richmond Raceway. As I'm here with Steven from Tarantula Land. Steven, what is your favorite animal on your table today?
So my favorite on the table today are these M. balfouri. They're the only tarantula that really thrives in the communal habitat.
Oh, that's cool.
These are well established, and they wind up with some really nice blue and tan colors.
I see they make webs too.
Yes, they do. I got 8 here ready to go. You can start communal of 3, 4. That or the green bottle blue is my other favorite. This is a nice sized female. Take the lid off so you can see her under the light. She just molted.
She's gorgeous.
I mean, it doesn't get any better than that.
That is absolutely beautiful.
I got baby green bottles too.
That's awesome.
She's eating a dubia roach right now.
How many babies do they have?
So with them, it's usually around 50 to 100.
That's a lot of
green
babies.
Bottles. It is.
That's super cool. So, Steven, where can we find you online?
So on Instagram is the main place I am. TARANTU_land. So tarantu_land. I am on Facebook. And the phonetic spelling of it, like TRANCHULAND, like Transu Land.
Very cool. Steven has some awesome stuff, you guys. We're going to link all his stuff in the bio.
Thank you.
So I'm here with Washington from Boa DNA. Washington, what is your favorite animal on your table?
Hey Kyle, thanks for recording this YouTube video for your channel. The favorite boa that I have on my table right now has got to be this Motley 100% het albino. He's about 8 years old, and he is absolutely the friendliest, tamest boa that I have. So he's my favorite because I'm able to bring him out here and interact with different age groups, and as far as people that haven't ever held a snake, he's very tame. As you can see, his muscles, like he's not skittish. So it's really cool to have him around. So this is my favorite boa at my booth right now.
Yeah, he's awesome. He's like the perfect size snake where he's not too heavy and not too big, but he's the perfect size snake to interact with kids and stuff like you were just saying. So where can we find you on social media, Washington?
You can find me on social media at boa_DNA. And then on my Instagram, you have the tree viewers that you can see all my links to Facebook, Instagram, and my website. I'm also working on my YouTube channel in order to put up some neat content in the future.
Absolutely. We'll link all that stuff. You have a MorphMarket as well?
I do have MorphMarket. You can find that all in my Instagram, Facebook, and all the links are there. I even have X and I don't think formerly known as Twitter, but I do have all those social media accounts and
That's
a TikTok.
awesome.
So don't forget to check me out on TikTok.
You're rolling, man. So I'll link all that in the description for you too. Thanks so much, Washington.
Hey, thanks again for taking the time to take this awesome video.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it.
So I'm here with Kimberly with Keela Arts.
Hello.
Kimberly, you don't have animals, but you have some really cool art. So what is your favorite painting that you have over here?
That's hard. I was trying to think when you asked me earlier and I didn't come up with one.
I'm happy to look with you.
Probably, I don't know. I like jumping spiders.
Jumping spiders are cool.
I think they're really cute.
That's beautiful.
I also like this one. I'll put it in the black light.
Okay.
So it kind of glows like that. And
Wow.
I know it's some sort of a temple snake. That's
Temple
why,
Viper?
yeah, and that's why I like it more because I guess somewhere in Indonesia, like they actually have temples with like where they worship that snake.
Really?
So I was like, that's really cool.
Yeah, that's symbolic. That's very cool.
And I also the Vietnamese mossy tree frog.
Oh, that is cool too.
He's cute.
Beautiful. So where can we find you online?
I'm most active on Instagram, Keela Arts, and I put all my art on there. And I have a website, KeelaArts.com.
Very cool. So we'll link all that in the description as well.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, you guys. So I'm here with Darwin from Barbee Doll House of Burms. Darwin, what is the coolest animal that you have on your table?
Right now, all of them are the same. They're all hypos, head for Calabino and Henry type 1. So, but actually, this one right here, this number 4, this female right here, probably the calmest one out of all of them. Probably my favorite one. First time breeding boas. I typically breed Burmese pythons, but I gave my baby girls a little break, some time off.
Boas are awesome, and when they're calm like that, they really make great pets, and they tame out pretty easy too when they're
yes,
not.
They do. Yes,
So,
they do.
how many babies do they have? I'm curious.
Well, this first clutch I had, she had 22 babies.
22 babies. That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's super cool. So, where can we find you online? You have a MorphMarket, right?
Yes, you can find me on MorphMarket, Barbee Doll House of Burns. You'll be able to see what I have up on there. And in the future, hopefully, we'll have some more.
Super
See
cool.
come out.
We're going to link all that in the description. Thanks, Darwin.
Hey, no problem. Thank you.
Absolutely. So I'm here with Mike from Heirloom Geckos. Mike, what is your favorite animal on your table today?
So favorite animal on the table today is going to be the New Caledonian Crested Gecko. So these guys have a lot of different visual phenotypes. At this size, this animal is a good example of what will get a lot prettier as an adult. They progress a lot. They like household temperatures. They don't need the heat source and light source that a lot of reptiles will need. I feed mine twice a week. You can use a powder that's mixed with the bugs and the minerals they need. Pangea or Apache carry good food sources for them. But arguably one of, if not the easiest reptile at the show today to take care of. It's a great gateway animal into the reptile hobby and industry. And there's so many different visual phenotypes with these guys. It's more about just getting a look that you like. I'll show you another one as an example.
Absolutely.
So you can see this one's fired down and then shed. But this is a lily white versus a high white that doesn't have that gene. The lily white is an incomplete dominant gene, where statistically roughly half the babies will have that.
So I'm sorry to interrupt you. When these jump, I see this one jumping around. When they jump, are these the ones that can stick to surfaces?
Yeah, they can stick to surfaces. It's actually where they basically can change the charge in their toe pads.
Yeah.
And they can either stick to a surface or it's real slick where they can't. And then when that's off, they can basically grip with their little claws.
That's super cool.
Yeah, you can barely feel those.
That's awesome.
But these guys can live around 20 years, give or take. So I try to let people know that before they purchase one, so they're getting an animal for long term. And we sell these on MorphMarket as well. We ship across the country. But I give people my number and ensure them that they can reach out anytime with questions about care for the animal, because I want to try and give good customer service to customers that choose to get an animal from us. I hatch everything from egg, and it takes about 7 months to get this animal this big from out of the egg.
Oh, wow. So how many animals do you think you hatch a year?
This year or last season, I hatched close to 300, and then those will be available throughout time this year. Some I'll hold back for around a year, and then I release as adults. This is an example of one that's really good visual phenotype that I'm releasing early. It's from a certain bloodline that gives that really pronounced contrast of white and orange and the good pattern. But usually animals like this I hold on to as adults, but it's good to offer these to people at a little lower price so that they can get a better deal on an animal that's very nice if they choose to be a breeder down the road.
They're definitely great pets.
Mm-hmm.
So what is the color like? Is it brighter as babies, or do they come into their color as adults, or does it stay the same?
So that's a great question. Some animals, depending on their traits and genetics, it can take years for them to show all their visual phenotypes. But these animals generally look better as they age.
That's actually really cool.
Yeah, this animal at a year old will look the way that it's headed way better than it does currently.
So that's why you hold on to some of the cool ones.
Absolutely, because sometimes you let go of some beautiful animals. Whereas a ball python, the prettiest it looks is usually the day it hatches. These guys, they usually come into their peak generally around a year old.
Wow. So you mentioned MorphMarket. Where else can we find you online?
So we also do a once a month Palm Street Live. Heirloom Geckos is the name. And we do, last year we did around 40 shows. This year I'm going to do around 20 shows. But we're having more success online with sales, so focusing more on that as I go forward. But I do have 12 species of reptiles. These are number one for me favorite. I got 6 species of geckos, 6 species of snakes, snake building with 50 animals of 6 species. But my favorite is the green trees, baby. Love green tree pythons. Meeting Gary Chivino soon to get some animals from him.
Oh, he's super cool. I just talked to him online, but he's super cool.
Yeah, meeting him for the first time, but really excited about the idea that he agrees with, which is use your reptiles that you start with to make sales to get other reptiles.
Absolutely.
Nobody wants to be tight on money because of the love of the animals.
It's for sure. We got to make the money to keep going with the animals, right?
Yeah, so I do really good with these guys. We had a really good year last year, and that allowed me to get my snake collection. Got stuff from people like Nick Mutton, Gary Chivino.
Are you doing carpets too?
Yes, love carpets. Carpets, Splotch Nelson milk snakes, just 1.2 of the Splotch Nelsons. Carpets, I got 16 of those, and the majority of those are from Nick Mutton and Mike Curtin. Scattershot Exotics, got one from his Clockwork Boy, so I got a male zebra from that. And then short-tailed pythons.
Oh, those are
madly
cool too, yeah.
misunderstood animal.
Yes, they are.
I got over 20 of those. I shout out to Cold Blooded Earth, Nick Bettini. He's my mentor with the short tails. But you know, people, you know, with the ball pythons, the short tails, man, the ugliest they look the first day that, you know, when they hatch. They get prettier years down the road. I got adults, young ones. I got a couple adults of each, you know, those snakes to get a feel for it. But with them, it's a long-term game. I don't want to have babies for another at least a couple years. You know, the green trees, I'll be lucky if I get any babies at all because they're another art in itself.
Yeah.
It's just the art of keeping the animals, the joy of that.
They're super cool. I just got my first one, and they're super cool.
Oh,
they're
nice.
Definitely a challenge and very different.
Yeah, I think they're easier to keep than people think.
They are, yeah.
And they're very similar to short tails. You know, I have the snake building, which is, you know, nothing grand, but it's fully insulated, climate controlled. And I keep that room in the 80s, you know, mid to lower 80s.
So you're just doing ambient?
Ambient. I'm working with ambient. I do have some back heat, and I'm doing a lot of rack systems. Gary would kill me if you knew I was saying I like the Cambro tubs, because I got a Manicory. Love the Manicories. Got a Manicory from David Burms, and he does all the Cambro
reptile
tubs.
perch.
Yeah. And shout out to Reptile Perch. But he does a lot of the tubs and has success, so I want to try that.
Does Gary not use Cambros?
No, he's more of an advocate of like the 3x2 type setups, and I don't know, man. At the end of the day, all these reptiles, we're keeping them in a box, and as long as they're healthy, happy, doing their thing, that's all I'm trying to do. And I don't have all the answers, but I try to give people good advice to make sure their animals live a long time.
Yeah, there's more than one way to do it for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
And yeah, the green trees, like, they're different, but you're right, it's not as hard as people think.
No,
they're definitely different care, but the care itself is not that hard once you learn it.
Yeah, the breeding I'll let you know about in 5 years.
For sure. So we're going to link all your stuff in the description, Mike. Thank you so much.
Yeah, appreciate it. Have a good one.
Absolutely. Yep. So I'm here with Ed from Maz Morphs. Ed, what is your favorite animal on your table today?
Today, my favorite animal is this specific hypo jungle Columbian boa. I just really like her red head. She's got a really nice red head. Her eyes are real white. Her jungle pattern's really, really like jigsaw type barbed wired pattern. It's really a pretty animal.
She's
got
beautiful.
a decent personality too.
Her eyes and her head do look super cool.
Yeah.
And her pattern is just crispy, man. That's beautiful.
Yeah, she's a pretty snake.
Yeah, absolutely. How old is she?
She's only about 3 months now, so she's still pretty young. She's got plenty of time to grow. She'll get about 6 to 8 feet. You know, most Columbian boas don't get too large. A lot of people think they get a lot larger. The true red-tailed boas can hit that 8 to 10 foot mark sometimes.
So what's the morph on her again? Jungle and what else?
She's a hypo and a jungle. They're both co-dominant genes. So if she were to breed to like a normal boa, you would get hypos and jungles. Except jungle, if you get super jungles, they're potentially a lethal gene in the future.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Kind of like spider, but there's no wobble.
Oh, so it could, they just, what, up and die one day? Or?
The super jungles, some people have had success keeping them. A lot of people tend to see a lot of failure to thrive past like 6 months to 2 years.
Okay.
So super jungles I always try and stay clear of.
For sure. Well, the hypo really makes the jungle look super clean on her.
Yeah, the jungle's going to put the speckling on the side here that comes up all the way over here. And of course, the jungle is going to be the pattern breaks. The bow ties are your classic hypo. But yeah, she's really pretty. I like her head the most.
Yeah, her head is, the eyes are super cool how it pops out.
She just have that really red head, and then the eyes pop out with the red.
Yeah, that's super cool. So Ed, where can we find you online?
You can find me at mazmorphs.com, mazmorphs.com. I also run the Hershey Reptile Expo and the Lehigh Reptile Expo. You can look up reptifestexpos.com.
Busy man.
Yep.
Super cool. So we'll link all your stuff in the description, guys. He always has great stuff. Check him out. So I'm here with Sean with WinterRainExotics Exotics. Sean, what is your favorite animal on your table today?
The Leachianus geckos, definitely.
For sure, those are super cool. Tell us a bit about Leachianus geckos.
The largest species of gecko from New Caledonia. They get anywhere from 200 grams to up to 400 grams, depending on the locality.
What's their care like?
It's the same as any of the rest. Crested geckos, gargle geckos, leeches are all the same.
So they don't need it too hot.
No external heat, the room temperature, and no UVB lighting or anything extra. We feed them a powdered diet, mix it with water, and it's got everything they need. You don't have to feed them dogs, calcium, or anything like that. Probably the easiest lizard to take care of.
Absolutely, they're really cool. So are they like crested geckos where if they jump to a surface, they kind of stick to it?
Yes, they can. They can actually stick to the glass and walk on glass.
So I've heard they can be kind of tricky to breed, where if the female smells another female on the male, she'll actually attack him, right? Is that true?
Yes, we've had a couple of haven't worked out too good, but most of our leeches so far have been they've paired up pretty good and have not had any real issues. There's a couple we've had that did start fighting. We had to separate them. Probably will never be able to get them back together. We'll find another pairing for them.
I know my wife would attack me if she smelled another female on me,
probably
definitely a relatable quality.
Yep.
So do you guys have social media, and where can we find you online?
On Instagram, and Facebook.
Okay, you have MorphMarket too?
Yes, we do have an account. We're not advertising on MorphMarket. We're going to start that in the spring.
So the best place would be Instagram and Facebook?
Yes.
Okay, for sure. I'll link all that in the description of this video. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So I'm here with Sarah from Foxglove Reptiles. Sarah, what is your favorite animal you have on your table today?
Crested geckos, in general, they're one of the easiest reptiles to keep. This is a empty back lily white. You can see the empty back coming through on the back pattern. Very clean gecko. So many different ways to play around with morphs and crested geckos.
Is this a male or a female?
This is a female.
She's really calm.
Mm-hmm. I hand feed all my babies right out of the egg so that you get a more handleable animal. Otherwise, they're like a scaredy cat.
They jump all around and stuff, right?
Yep, I can actually get her.
Let's go.
Herself.
That's super cool. So what was the morph on this again? Lily white?
Empty back lily white. So it is
empty back.
Yeah. So a gecko like this is the empty back gene. So you see how it's emptying the whole back out of the pinstripe.
That's cool.
And if you add that onto a lily white, you get this.
Super clean.
Mm-hmm.
That's wonderful. So Sarah, where can we find you on social media?
You can find me at Foxglove Reptiles on Instagram. Sorry.
For sure. And you have a MorphMarket too?
Yes, I do. Same thing. Foxglove Reptiles.
All right. I'll link all that in the description. Thank you so much, Sarah.
Of course. Thank you.
Well, you guys, that does it for the Richmond Reptile Expo. That was really a great show. Thank you to all the vendors who did spotlights. And I actually even got behind some vendors' tables, so I'll put up some B-roll of that real quick. But if you're in the Richmond area or really anywhere in Virginia, this is a show you should be checking out. It was packed. There were tons of people. There were great animals. So definitely come and check this show out sometime. Check out my sponsor, Reptichip. Their link is in the description. And you guys have a wonderful day.